All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Guided Primal Sutra podcast.
So,
Man, I'm back from Bailakupe to Kolkata
mm,
and definitely feeling a shift within me
okay.
because I had more spaciousness when I came back home, and I started to notice I can function way better in the spaciousness because I had internalized the mindset of these monks because I was
Hmm.
communicating with them daily. So, yeah, that's just something that it shifted within me during that time.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's almost like the biggest revelation I would say is you always get what you need. So expect to be led by that and let yourself be felt like a gift in motion. So one download from the Nexus was an angel who doesn't swing the sword until the moment hums right. So it's precision with bliss, which is discipline.
Right.
Um, And then they said something like life is beautiful, but the process or lifestyle can get ugly, which
Interesting.
I 100% agree with. Like life by itself is so beautiful, right? The fractal geometry of nature, all the stuff, but
Right.
it's how we formulate that or how we perceive that through our vehicle that affects it.
And thus, life
Yeah.
is lived in the now. You can plan for the
And
future,
thus
of course, but life is here, right here.
life life is lived in the now. Someone's asking on YouTube, do you like cheese?
I'm in a cheese-making country. I better like cheese. I better. If I walk into the grocery store, you have a whole cheese aisle. It's like walking
Right.
into Germany, you're gonna have a whole bratwurst aisle of different bratwursts and whatnot. And then you find your taste, of course. So the answer is
The
yes.
Dutch, I feel like, are extra with their cheese. Like they're definitely
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
adding
yeah,
flavors, like adding
yeah, yeah,
combinations.
yeah.
I
It's
like
it's
cheese, man. Yeah,
it's an
it's
acquired
nice.
taste. It has nothing to do with
Not
the
every
topic.
cheese, but yeah.
This has nothing to do with the topic that we actually want to talk about. But hey, if that's the question you want to ask, do I like
Bro,
cheese?
yeah.
Yeah, I have cheese every day. It's a great source of protein and calcium. And those women who are going through menopause definitely need all the protein and calcium they can get, and cheese is a great source of
Thanks for the cheese
those.
sponsorship. Yeah. All right,
Tell
let's
us
get
about
back
big
on
cheese. Anyway,
yeah,
um,
back on topic. So we were wanting to talk about this topic of chakra pairs. And
yes,
this is something that not a lot of people speak about. So and it was brought up by one of our adepts. And the chakras isn't basically seven lonely wheels, right? Spinning in isolation. It's an interconnected field. So,
yes,
um, yeah, and energy descends through the root into the Earth's field, and then it rises back up into the crown and then into the cosmos.
right,
So,
right. So so you gave an example, but if we would have a single definition of what chakra pairs are, I would believe it's in the name itself. They're chakras that can be paired together.
yeah,
And what else
like
should we
two
tell?
polar circuits, right? Like
Exactly. Like the easiest one is like
interdependence.
root crown. It's one of
Yeah.
the easiest one. So let's assume there's such a thing as mastering the individual chakras, which I believe there is. Then the next, let's say, um, challenge would be to master the pairs. What does
Hmm.
that mean? Let's take the root and crown chakra as an example. Those can be seen as gateways through your undersoul, aka hell, or your
Yeah.
oversoul, aka heaven. Are you willing to sit with the guardians, your spirit guides that are at these gates and be willing to learn from both of them? And as polarizing as it may be, especially together, because technically they would represent opposite teams, Are you willing to learn from those polar opposites and choose what the lesson can be? Now,
Yeah,
I'm
a
saying
huge
this while I'm imagining two completely opposite, well, very thematically opposite beings, where for me it would be Sunlight, aka Tezcatlipoca, and the other would be Sai, like a Syrian being, and this black jaguar, and
right.
just I would almost say complete mismatch when it comes to working together, and then it becomes oh, but in finding the middle ground and learning how things overlap, suddenly
Right.
you turn red and blue into purple.
Right. And that's why I think that it's not just about ascending, right? Like this is a paradigm shift for me, is that
Okay,
ascending is not about height, it's more about depth, right? So if the
okay,
heart chakra is like this alchemical hub, this recycler where all the chakras kind of equalize, then we know that the heart isn't gonna ascend more. It's through loving deeper that the heart will open, right?
right.
So
Huh.
yeah, I think that's a great point that you brought up
Which one was that?
because in terms of the interface, right? Like between both of these completely opposite beings,
Yeah.
and in finding that center point, finding that bridge, which eventually helps you connect your entire energy system because we need that to manifest, right? Take an idea and then you root it down and embody it to your
I'll give you
roots.
two more examples of this. So within the academics, we had to, well, I had a few great teachers. They taught me during my thesis years, if you have a certain statement, you must find both the things that, strengthen the hypotheses as well as, you know, weaken it or go against it, and then
Yeah.
your opinion, form your educated opinion. It's the same thing with, you know, learning anything. Let's say you're a big fan of whatever teaching. You learn it, you master it, but to truly master it, you must also learn the opposite. It's the same thing
Yeah.
when I like, in regards to grappling, I like fighting from bottom because that's the way I learned it. But I only got better in my overall game the moment I started to figure out, okay, how can I actually learn to dominate instead of merely tricking people into positions? How can I play from a dominating position where I'm
Right.
really forcing my will upon someone, even though it makes me feel very uncomfortable. I like, like to
Yeah.
play games and, set up traps.
Yeah, it's like survival and liberation, right? The
Yeah.
current of root and crown. So yeah, I think that when the two are merging, it's almost like the Kundalini completes itself, like the Ouroboros, because then it feels like it's finally like Kundalini can feel like birth or life or death, depending
Yes.
on how you're looking at it. So, um, yeah, but these chakra pairs, I think, are almost we have to treat them like they're best friends,
Mm.
almost in a sense, like how if your
Well,
desire, your sacral
if
meets your vision, your third eye, then you can actually start creating, right?
if you want to take that route, we don't have to look any further than the two of us. And I know I brought this story up a lot, but I distinctly remember the first time I saw you on a video, just hating your guts, hating this American accent, hating this oh happy-go-lucky shit. I'm like, oh my God, this guy again. And then funny how things work out, right? And
Right.
what I'm almost assuming, and it's a very serious assumption, that if you take these polar opposites together, the initial interaction will might be a bit rough, right?
Yeah.
So, like all things, the start will be a bit shaky, but so what? But so what? Let it be shaky. Learn from it, and let's see what happens. And if I take myself as the example again, and then as the guinea pig, where do Sai and sunlight meet, which would then lead me to the thing I've been wondering for a long time already. What's the next step to my shadow work mastery?
Hmm.
Am I
Right.
correct in making that statement, Sumit?
Yeah, because you're using your spiritual theme to guide the relationship between these two chakra points
Right,
or
right,
vortexes in a certain way.
right.
You can think
And
of
where they
them
meet each
as
other is within my spiritual team, exactly. And
right.
that thing, that midpoint. Sorry. Uh,
Ellie was
within.
showing me this thing today where you have a dominant eye. It's very cool
Oh, I was referring to
concept.
something completely different, but that is true as well. Being the alpha pervert that I am. Anyway,
Nah, we're just using subliminals. We're actually Illuminati. But anyway, continue on.
I claim I do not not support this statement.
Read the disclaimer. Yeah.
I I illuminate, but I'm not part of that movement. Fuck that. No, 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 no. No, no. Wait, wait, wait. Wait, wait, wait. All do something. Just
Bro said I
no.
illuminate, but yeah.
I
All right.
I'm willing to shine a light upon, but that's
Right.
as far as the team will go. Um, anyway, we're talking about the middle ground, which is what we specialize in. We are the gray men, so to speak, where we combine the light and the shadows and meet in the middle. And this team keeps coming up because isn't it so that often where we find our most productive selves are within the where pockets of flow where challenge and familiarity meet. And
Yeah.
again, we have this team of flow coming up, especially with this team of, with this topic of chakra pairs. Where is that sweet spot, the C spot?
Mm,
Where is that C spot where these two energies can meet each other and work in harmony or work
yeah.
towards something? Whatever that something may be, for me, it's pretty easy. Anything regarding my spiritual path, my spiritual team, that's it. Anything you want to say about
Right.
that or anything else, man?
What's coming up is a lot of people just talk about chakras like they're traffic lights, stop,
Okay.
go, green. But I think treating them more like love stories or like each one craving reunion with its twin across the spine. If you're looking at it more like a personal relationship where they need each other to thrive, then you're working with your inner polarity, right? And the union of opposites births this kind of light. So this is why we have the heart as the center, and it's not a
Yes.
pair with anything else.
Mm,
And we have the root in the crown, sacral in the third eye, and the solar plexus in the throat as these kind of uh, common energy streams that they can work with each other, with each pair. And then once they're joined, you can know which one is overactive or underactive because one affects the other.
interesting. Okay. Did my little experiment work or
Maybe. What
so
were
what I
you
was
trying to
trying to
do?
do is have the energies next to each other and just find like a gold light where they can meet and then find who is
Fusion.
just way over. Uh, what I felt was like if third eye and sacral, my third eye feels rigid, like too
Yeah.
focused on being technical, whereas the sexual is a little bit too, I would say, unfocused, but that has
Mm,
other reasons as well. And then between this feels dimmed and this feels overactive because it's also my path, right? It's always go. But the most balanced, funny enough, does seem the crown and root chakra. Am I correct in that statement, Sumit?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it seems to me that, well,
Mm.
one for you that you've really mastered throughout this time is the will and the word. Like you don't go out of your word. When you say something, you do it in a sense.
To the
So
best of
that's
my
your
abilities.
to the best of your ability, right? So it's almost like your throat chakra, which is Boreas, is connected to Mantu, and their communication styles leads you into this I speak my raw, honest, compassionate truth, which was your chakra mantra that you kept repeating. I
I
remember to
speak my
heal your
raw,
core wound.
honest, compassionate inner truth. That's correct.
Right,
It is
right.
it is a formula. It is the formula. In my line of work, that well, in all my successes, the moment I didn't just speak it, but actually embody it and showcased it. Like so much bullshit just got out of the way. Like the recent project that I'm doing is a perfect example of that where I just focus on facts. I'm compassionate and I'm understanding when I'm so raw. Like, sure, these things happen. Sure, I feel a certain type of way. But at the end of the day, we have a job to do. And whether my job is to be a shaman, a lover, a son, it's a job. And I will do it to my best abilities. Anyway, let's continue. Um,
Yeah.
and I appreciate the compliment. Um, why should people care about a topic like this?
Well, because you don't need to fix dad in order for to heal yourself. Self-healing is what you need, and this is the proper understanding of if you're working with one chakra, understand it's not this isolated thing. It's this dynamic thing that's alive.
Yeah,
And it's accessed through the present moment. So you can't really work with past memories with your chakras. They will show up subconsciously through a color, a light, a symptom, something, but you have to use that according to the best of your abilities now.
I
So
understand.
if the pair is off, you can assume the other is involved, right? Even if your symptoms seem very like localized. So this is why it's so important for people to know this stuff because people understand logically what's going on with them, but
Yes.
don't ever look at their problems metaphysically. And I think that's where a lot of the healing takes place is through the metaphysics of this thing.
So what would then be the difference between logic and metaphysics? Just in a compact explanation.
Logic is point A to point B, right?
Ah, yeah.
Metaphysics is multidimensional. It's working with a
Ah,
lot of different aspects, right? So there's almost like a stream of ancestral
right,
archetypes that you can tap into. And
right,
pairs function as mirrors and amplifiers. So if you stabilize one, you will affect the other.
right.
So it's almost like a domino effect, right? Through each of them.
Yes.
And
Interesting.
if you think of them as gates that you walk through, because this is how I've been perceiving them nowadays. Like the root is the earth gates, the sacral is the water gates, right? Different kind of water gate. Sun gate, right? For the solar plexus. Emerald bridge for the heart chakra. The vision gate for the third eye, right? The throat, I think I call it the sound gate, and the crown was the void gate. So if you look at them as these portals in resonance, which feeds into this like cascade of your energy, your toroidal energy, because if you have two, then the infinity can flow, right? If you have the
Right,
pairs in order, you can have that Stargate infinity loop. And the three is interesting because we are the triple eight path in gematria.
right.
But those three, if they're fixed, those three loop the main three, you know, pairs, we can actually create the Stargate up to all complete alignment, you know.
Is that the
So
reason I saw that Yu-Gi-Oh card, the one I shared with you?
likely, yeah, likely.
Okay, because there's some ancient creator god card or something.
Yes, so one of the visualizations that I got from J-Bro is like imagine each cell has a torus, micro torus spinning in it, right? So from the smallest cell to the greatest like human, there's always a torus, a positive and a negative charge, right? That
Right.
so that's really cool because it shows you that you can access all these different worlds within the one world.
Interesting.
1111, damn.
Well, I was just about to ask something. Did we come
Yeah.
to the essence of this topic, Sumit?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, then this is, we have like roughly 5 minutes left. Are there any questions from YouTube land?
Let's check. Forgot about YouTube for a second. There's Ellie. She says hi. Hey there,
Hey,
babe.
Ali.
Baby girl. All right. Anybody else? Nope. No other
If not, let's
comments.
continue with a little bit of
Did that other
marketing.
guy delete his comment? Bro.
Ah,
Dang.
I don't even know what to say about that, man. Come on, that was a pretty good comment. Yeah, that
Come
was a
on,
very
man.
nice.
Everybody
That's
likes cheese. Like, well,
well,
actually, no, not everybody.
well, well. I mean, if
This
if if
guy.
consuming cheese makes you produce mustard gas, then maybe don't.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
start
don't.
cutting down. Yeah,
Maybe maybe try alternatives. You know what I'm saying?
right. What's an alternative to cheese?
Fuck if I know, man.
All right. So, you know, I've been thinking about this idea of you've seen
Yes.
the image of the Merkaba, right? Ryan, the
Yes.
one like this, and it's almost like Shiva Shakti if you look at it, right?
Yes.
So I've been doing this Merkaba meditation where I've been basically I'm doing the different mudras. So first mudra, second like this, and just going through each finger and then cleaning up the chakras uh, with deep inhales and exhales, right? To create this Merkaba field for myself. And what I've been noticing is now I can use that almost like as a spaceship to astral travel with because
Interesting.
it's become greater than what it is. It's almost like that's a way that you can charge the spaceship before you lift off.
Um,
So very interesting techniques there if you want to explore that further, become an adept. Yeah. Anything
Interesting.
else? Sedona this December, so get the tickets
Well,
while they're hot.
Sedona would be walking to the Mars Gate, and this year is a Mars
Yeah,
year, so I'll be there
right. We
regardless.
just had the Hunter Moon as well, so
Yeah.
definitely a lot of
Let's speak about
yang
that after this
sexual
call.
energy. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think that, well, this isn't a cultural coincidence. I think this is just awareness revealing this within us right now so that we can build our
Possibly.
inner technology. Yeah.
Possibly. Let's see. Anything else that's coming to mind? Nah. At the end of the day, you, and I'm speaking both to myself, to you, and the audience, it is up to you to improve your life. I've chosen spirituality as a path, as a weapon, as a tool for building because I can do this forever. My body will weather at some point, I will be doing this forever. I will set myself up for success in this life and the next. And that's why I chose to work
Mm,
with Sumit, aka Uncle Makar. That's why I chose to work with Student in Depths. That's why I chose to become the Shadow Mancer within Primal Sutra and master my own shadows.
right.
And that's why, to an extent, I am respected in different dimensions. Now, why am I telling you this? There's infinite, a near infinite amount of teachers that you can choose from, including the mistakes that you make. Now, if you make the mistake of joining us at Sedona, you will learn a great deal about what we actually do, how we do it, and leave with great lessons. But should you not make the mistake and go upon your happy life. Then may you have a happy life.
But
Feel good
also, may
about.
you never know.
May you
Yeah,
never
so
know. Because what happened in Costa Rica, not Costa Rica, in
New Zealand.
New Zealand, that was trippy. The mermaids were trippy. The mermaids wanting to eat me was trippy to me because I've never had to deal with that side of it. Anything else would be, of course, the things you can't mention because of obvious fucking reasons.
Well,
And
I'll end on this note in terms of the chakra system. So
sure,
don't look at it as a ladder. I would see it as a bridge network, right? Because energy doesn't just climb, it circulates. So when one center awakens, it seeks to complement across your spine, right? Across the
right.
field, like a magnetic twin. So yeah, just think of them as these different energy structures working with each other as polar opposites, as best friends to create a torus field in between them and clean them up. So once you work with one chakra, your other chakras will thank you.
Interesting. Thank you for that suggestion. That being said, we're out of time,
Yeah.
but not out of mind. I wish you all the very best. May life never be the same again. My name is Ryan G, with my co-host and co-owner of Primal Sutra.
Thank you, guys.
May life never be the same again, of course. Good morning, good evening, and good night.
Let's go.